Why is it that two people can both work 10-hour days, and yet one ends up running empires, while the other struggles to make rent? Why does one person lead 1,000 others, while the other is just one of the 1,000? It's not effort. It's not intelligence. It's how they use time. You see, people often say, time is gold, but that's not true. For some, time is iron juggling low-level and worthless tasks and reactive routines. For others, it might be gold valuable. They trade their time with valuable assets. But for the few who truly understand it, time is diamond crafted under pressure, precisely cut, and strong enough to slice through anything. Think about it. A factory worker may spend 12 hours repeating a trivial task just to survive. Meanwhile, a founder or CEO spends the same 12 hours making high-level decisions that move thousands. Same hours, different magnitude. The key difference? Focus, priority, leadership. While one gets stuck in the machinery of daily operations, the other rises above to orchestrate the entire system. That's not magic. That's quadrant 2 living. If your life feels full but your soul feels empty, here's the reason. You're caught in the urgency trap. Always doing, always responding, but never truly moving forward. Most of what screams for our attention is loud, but not meaningful. Notifications, emails, sudden calls, they feel urgent, but they're distractions dressed as emergencies. This is where time gets hijacked. Stephen Covey laid out a framework that has transformed countless lives. The 4 quadrants of time. In Quadrant 1, you find the urgent and important real crises and deadlines. In Quadrant 3, the urgent but not important someone else's fire masquerading as yours. Not urgent, not important binge-watching, endless scrolling, empty chatter. But Quadrant 2, that's the sweet spot, not urgent but deeply important. Planning, learning, strategy, reflection. Vision. The tragedy? Most people never live in Quadrant 2. It requires intention. It doesn't knock. It doesn't scream. You must step into it deliberately, like entering sacred ground. But once you do, everything changes. You stop reacting and start architecting. You stop hustling and start leading. Your brain is wired for urgency. Evolution built it that way. A noise in the bushes could be danger, a sudden movement. Could be life or death. But in the modern world, that same programming causes us to chase after every ping and pop-up like it's life-threatening. It isn't, and it's costing you your future. To break free, you need an identity shift, not another app, not another productivity hack. A deep internal reframe. Stop saying I'm bad with time. That belief alone chains you to quadrants 3 and IV. Start saying, I'm a high-value individual. I lead with intention. I command my hours. This isn't about being busy. It's about being aligned. When you operate from Quadrant 2, your hours expand. One focused hour in this space is worth 10 hours in Quadrant 1 because it builds, it multiplies, it compounds. You need a filter. Ask, is this meaningful long-term? If yes, it's Quadrant 2. Is it urgent but shallow? Probably Quadrant 3. Is it a distraction in disguise? That's Quadrant 4. Eliminate it ruthlessly. Every yes is a no to something better. Every no is a yes to your mission. Here's the tactical move. Time block warfare. Divide your day with precision. Morning creation blocks, deep work. Midday execution blocks, admin, logistics. Afternoon recovery blocks, walks, rest, reset. These aren't optional. They're structural. And the moment you compromise them, you lose traction. Protect them like your future depends on it because it does. Feeling tired all the time? It's not overwork. It's misalignment. You're burning out not because you do too much, but because you do too little that matters. Start pouring more of your day into what fuels you. Your vision, your growth, your impact. You'll feel lighter, sharper, more alive. Now let's obliterate the myth of, I don't have time. You do, you just gave it away. To the scroll, to the small talk, to someone else's priorities. It wasn't stolen, you traded it. But here's the good news. You can take it back. Starting today, use the 1-hour power rule. Dedicate 1 sacred hour each day to your future. 1 hour of strategic work, 1 hour of building, 1 hour of learning. That's 365 hours a year over 9 full work weeks. You can change your life in that time, but only if you own it. So, you're not out of time. You're out of alignment. But now, you've got the map, the lens, the power. Don't wait. Don't overthink. Begin. One decision, one override, one sacred hour. Mastering Time Management, Part 2. You made it here. That means something. Most people click away, most people scroll, but not you. And that's already a powerful indicator. You're not just consuming content, you're shifting identity. Let's be clear. Time management isn't about squeezing more in. It's about getting the right things out. Out of your mind, out of your energy, out of your hours. It's about making sure your time feeds your vision, not your anxiety. And to do that, you must transition from operator to architect. Operators stay in motion. Architects create momentum. Operators are efficient. Architects are effective. One builds better habits. The other builds systems that don't need habits. Let's break that down. You've heard of Parkinson's Law? Work expands to fill the time available. But did you ever hear of Hofstadter's Law? It states that everything takes longer than you think, even when you take that law into account. These aren't just fun quotes. They are warnings. And if you don't install buffers and constraints, you'll drown in delays and drift. Most people try to manage time like it's an enemy. But time isn't against you. It's just indifferent. If you don't direct it, someone else will. Meetings, distractions, fake urgencies. They will eat your life whole. That's why you don't need time management. You need energy allocation. Energy is the true currency, and your job is to invest it where it multiplies. There are 5 time assets that you must understand. 1. Creative time, where you produce your best thinking. 2. Strategic time, where you design systems. 3. Recovery time, where you recharge deliberately. 4. Relational time, where you build the tribe. 5. Operational time, where you keep the engine running. Most people live 90% in operational time. But your real leverage lives in the other 4. If you want exponential results, spend 50% in creative and strategic. That's how leaders operate. That's how empires rise. Now here's the hidden saboteur, context switching. When you jump from task to task, write a message, answer an email, check a notification, jump on a call, you're slicing your mental momentum to pieces. Your brain never lands. It hovers. And hovering consumes more fuel than flying. You must create time sanctuaries. 90 minutes. One task, no interruptions, then pause, reset, rinse, repeat. This is how deep work becomes your new normal. And about multitasking, it's not real. Your brain can't focus on 2 high-cognition tasks at once. It toggles. And each toggle costs you seconds. Multiply those toggles across your week, you've lost hours, days. Focused time is free time in disguise. Let's talk delegation and automation. You are not a manager of tasks. You are a leader of outcomes. Ask yourself, what must be done by me? What could be done by someone else? And what shouldn't be done at all? Start small. Automate 1 recurring task. Delegate 1 administrative burden. Eliminate 1 draining commitment. That's how you reclaim the compound interest of time. The goal is not to do everything. It's to own your calendar like a fortress. No open borders, no unfiltered access. Every yes to someone else must be earned. Here's a practical system, the Sunday setup. Each Sunday, take 30 minutes to map your week. What are your top 3 outcomes? What blocks of time will protect them? What will you say no to? Write them down. Put them in your calendar. This is how you become proactive instead of reactive. And then guard those blocks. Because here's the thing. Nobody will respect your time until you do. Let's go deeper now. Identity is the compass. If you see yourself as just trying to stay organized, you'll always stay behind. But if you shift to, I'm a visionary, I lead time, I multiply impact, your decisions start to follow that story. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems, and your systems are shaped by your self-concept. So change how you see yourself in the world reconfigures around you. Let's rewire this completely. From now on, you don't manage time, you command focus. You don't chase goals, you design habits. Well, you don't react to life, you sculpt it block by block. Every day becomes a runway, every week a launch pad. Now there's only one thing left to do. Take the first step. Set one sacred hour. Choose one quadrant 2 activity, make it non-negotiable. And from there, expand. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect tools. You need presence, power, and a plan. Time is not gold, not iron, not diamond. Time is yours. Own it.